My name is May Hong. I am the speaking voice of Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters. And this is Moana Nui podcast. Signing off. Happy fans. Do it with me. Happy fans. Happy Hon.
Welcome back to another episode of the Moana Nui podcast. We are live here in DC at BlerDCon with the one and only Dulcé Sloan. How are you?
Hello, I am well. Hello, friend. I am here with my podcast, Chasing K-Dramas. We had a panel yesterday afternoon. We had a live record this morning. I had a comedy show last night. So it's been a very fun weekend.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this is your second BlerDCon, is that right?
Yes, I came last year as a guest of Thought Squad, and I've been and she's like, "Oh, I'm here performing. Come hang out." And so I was really excited to come because I'd heard about it. And I was like, what do you mean all the black nerdy people in one space dressing up how they want to dress up, and there's no white person being like, what? That's not a black character.
That character's not black. She's gonna be black today.
Also, she's not real. Okay?
Right.
Goku's not black, he's also not white, so how about you calm down?
Piccolo is black though.
We all say.
Yes.
And so is Skeeter. We get it.
Yeah. And so seems like you're into some nerdy things. So like what are your nerd things? Besides the K-dramas, we're gonna get into that in a second. But what other anime, sci-fi videos? Star Trek. My dream job is to be a Cleon on Star Trek.
Oh.
And it was so funny because people would interview me for Daily Show. They're like, what's it like having your dream job? I was like, my dream job is a Cleon on Star Trek. You should ask me more questions before you ask what my dream job was. This is a job. Dream job? I'm trying to be out here with a wet and wavy wig with the titty window on the dress. I'm trying to be
Klingon, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm trying to be able to put a disruptor together with all the pieces of my outfit. Trying to be a Dora sister. How dare you ask me this silly question? That is my dream job.
I love it.
R.I.P. Dora sisters.
R.I.P. Dora sister. But one of them, but I think Bilal did have a child somewhere in space.
Yes.
But her brother is dead.
Absolutely, Doros.
I looked up the House of Doros. I'm waiting for it to somehow make a reappearance somewhere, and if not, I will do it.
Absolutely.
That's a spinoff.
So that being said,
they are traitors to the Empire.
They are traitors to the Empire.
Truly love them.
So which series or movie stands out the most for you in the Star Trek world?
Obviously, Deep Space Nine, because we never talk about Benjamin Sisko being the best example of a black father on TV.
True.
And that's why Starfleet Academy, so they just did an episode in honor of him.
Yes.
And they had the actor who plays
Sarah Lofton.
Yes.
Played Jake. Yes.
So he came on, and I was like, oh, I had a crush on this boy when I was a teenager. Like, oh, because it's also like people are like, what's your childhood crush? And like Bumper Robinson. Nobody knows who I'm talking about. Unless you watched Amen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or or the next iteration of A Different World.
Yeah.
So it was him and then the Srock. So I was really like Deep Space Nine because it had a big Cleon storyline.
Yes.
And then because we love Martok and Worf, but it was also like this black man was an emissary.
Yes.
Like a go-between, like not one of the prophets, but he spoke for the prophets for an entire race of people. And it's like, and not only that, his mother was part.
Yes.
And though his whole life was planned out for him, and they created him, so they went to New Orleans and found a black man to be like, hey, we need to come to deep space and talk to these wormhole aliens for us. And so for me it was like right, and so I was just like, what a black man is so important. Oh my god, it was and so it was just, as a kid, it was crazy to see, because it was just like we were never seen as this important, and we were never this big. And so aliens literally made a black man to speak for them.
Indeed, yes.
And I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Right. Also, Gene Roddenberry keeps putting black people in space
from day one.
And Star Wars, they forgot to put black people in the movie.
That part. They
were like, oh. Was it the second movie, and then James Earl Jones' voice was in the first movie, and now these two were siblings?
I stand on this that they was making it up as they went along. You can't tell me they weren't making up Star Wars as they went along.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just like, well, okay, so the whole point of Star Trek is peace in the future. There is no money unless you're Ferengi. You got your Gold Plus Platinum, but the rules of acquisition are what they are. And then this is when a lot of people find out, like, oh, you're really a big Star Trek nerd. I'm like, yes, I am, because Gene Roddenberry said that we was gonna be in the future,
and it was gonna be important.
And we were gonna be important, and it's like when you're little. And you seeing, like, because, like, the thing is, like, I feel bad for kids now because they didn't get the 90s TV.
Right.
Because, like, 90s was a bunch of black people on TV. The 70s was a bunch of black people on TV. Right. And we haven't had that since.
Ever since, you know.
And things are just getting wider and wider and wider because all of the networks and streamers or whatever don't want to push up against what's going on in the government. Mm-hmm. So, I saw a lot of myself on TV when I was a kid.
Right.
And all the generations, they're not seeing that. So that's what's the most concerning now.
How do we get back to that level of representation? Because it felt real. You know, Martin was silly, but it was real.
Right. Queen Latifah had all the jobs. Like, it was like Queen Latifah ran her own business.
She was a publisher. Yeah.
She was a publisher of, like, a magazine. Yes. And it was like, and then Max was a lawyer, and then Kyle was a stockbroker, and then Reggie. And so it was like, we got this thing that we were in. That was the truth. And then all of Girlfriends, they all had money. So it's like I grew up.
Boomerang was out in the movie theaters.
Right. Mm-hmm. And so it was like I got to see, because I'm second generation suburbs, and so I got to see, and I grew up in Atlanta, so I'm accustomed to seeing black people do well. Mm-hmm. Right. And that's so funny when you go to other countries. Like when I was in the UK, there was no rich black neighborhoods in the UK.
Really?
No. They didn't have a significant black population in the UK until the 60s when Windrush happened.
Oh, true.
They kept them out of the country.
And they're only about 3% now, as opposed to our 12.
Like 6. Also, we won't fill out a census. And I did a thing like that about it on Daily Show. We really won't.
Yeah.
The census people came to the house and they called me because my mom wouldn't answer the door. And I called my mom and she's like, I'm busy. I'm like, well, you tell them people you live there and you own your home. Ma'am, they need to know that you're in there, because this is the problem with black people not answering the census. If you live in a non-black neighborhood, if you are any person who is not of the predominant race of that neighborhood, they will make you male in that race. So when I lived in New York, when I lived in Astoria, it was a white neighborhood. If I didn't answer my census, they would have said a white man lived in my apartment.
And this is how you let yourself get erased. Answer the census.
If you're a white person living in a black neighborhood, if you don't answer the census, then they put a black person in your house. Oh. So whatever the dominant races of your area, because that's still how people live, if you don't answer the census, they put you in whatever the average median income is and whatever the average race is in that area, that's what you become.
Right. So speak up for yourself. Okay. So K-dramas. Mm-hmm. You mentioned you'd been into them for like the last 10 years or so?
No, since I was 15.
Since you was 15?
Yeah, because Atlanta has a Korean TV station called KTN.
True.
So I started watching them on like just regular TV. Mm-hmm. Because Hawaii has Korean TV stations too. Because I was hanging out with a friend in Hawaii and I was like, he was like, what you watching? And I was like, shh. And then as an American black woman, I know way too much about Korean history because the show comes on and I'm just like, oh, they're in Korea. Okay, this is the Three Kingdoms period. He's like, what are you saying? I was like, again, they're trying to see if they're going to take over Sheila. Beat it. Shut up. And I can tell by the hairstyles. And then it was like, okay, corridor hairstyle. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know what time period this is. He's like, why are you watching this? I was like, again, don't make me shush you in your own home.
Right. K-dramas are the best, you know.
They're great. And I like, it's like you see, because I've always said that, like, the thing about them is like you get to see men fall in love.
Yes. And be emotionally intelligent.
But you have to understand most of the shows are written by women.
Right. Yes. Right, so which is why you would think that they would recognize with women all over the world loving these shows, that they would put more women writers in Hollywood.
No, one has nothing to do with the other. Here's the thing about Korea's entertainment industry.
Okay.
They see it as an export. They're doing this on purpose. So like back a couple years ago, like the Hallyu Wave or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they see their music, which is based off of 90s black R&B.
Yes.
And they know that. They see their culture as an export. They see it as a valuable trading item. And so that's why they're able to, and that's when they come in. That's why you've got American kids learning Korean.
Yeah.
In the same way that like every other culture in the world was learning English. Now everybody all over the world is learning Korean because it's very hard to become a K-pop artist. It's like you have to go through like a boot camp. But it's hard to become an actor in Korea. It's a boot camp because it's like you are representing us to the world at large. So you better act right, because it's very hard to be hard to be doing K-pop because it's very stringent. A lot of them can't date.
Yeah.
Because it's very strict guidelines, very strict things you have to do. And so, I mean, for so long, we've been the ones that create culture and set culture. And now there's another group of people coming in that everyone was just like, well, okay, 감사합니다, here we go. Annyeong. So I know enough Korean to be cute and to confuse the lady at the H Mart.
Okay.
And the lady at the beauty supply store.
Enough so that they think twice before they say something about you when they're walking around.
Enough for them to be go, how did you learn the Korean? And I'm like, this isn't a secret.
Right.
Y'all are everywhere.
It's on Duolingo. We pick it up. Yeah.
Y'all been here the whole time. We remember there was a whole war over there. A lot of us went. That's how y'all got this fried chicken recipe?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We've trading fried chicken recipe for that black bean sauce and the red bean stuff. So
Listen.
It's a good cultural exchange, like you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What are you watching right now from a K-drama standpoint?
So on the podcast, we're covering the show Dynamite Kiss.
Okay.
And so earlier today, we had a live record of the 12th episode because we go episode by episode, and we talk about the tropes and the themes and everything in between. We go episode by episode, talk about the characters and everything. And then the last one we did was Genie Make a Wish, and we did Marry My Husband, and then we did Queen of Tears.
I love Marry My Husband.
Marry My Husband is amazing. And then we're looking at doing The Glory, I think, next.
Have you not seen The Glory?
I have not seen The Glory. I don't do intense, very sad, very...
It's not sad. It's revenge.
Right. And the revenge is just like, listen, revenge is the Lord's. So I don't watch a lot of revenge stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Okay. Well, what's coming up for you this year that you want everybody to know about so we can...
I'm currently on tour, because I'm always on tour. You go to dulcesloan.com. Or you go to my Instagram. I don't have like my dates listed.
Okay. What's your Instagram for them?
Dulcé Sloan. No one else has that name. Crazy. Yeah. So shout out to my mom. But yeah, I'm on the road. I'm gonna be back in Virginia in May doing the Arlington Draft House.
Okay.
And I'm on the road right now, just running around and working on my new hour.
You come through Atlanta yet?
I was in Atlanta back in June, so you can only do like one. When you do a city, you have to like wait a whole another year to come back.
Right. Okay.
So I was at Atlanta, but I'm looking for a new venue in Atlanta.
Okay. We're all in Atlanta, so we will be, front and center screaming for you when you come.
Yeah, it'll probably be City Winery. We got to see.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
You never know. Could be somewhere completely different. I don't know. Book me.
So, Ms. Sloan, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And talking to you this morning. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Hello.
And we'll be back once again. This is Moana Nui Podcast live at BlerDCon in DC.